know Khalid bin Walid, one of the greats, one of the absolute mamas of our ummah. So Khalid bin Walid used to wait for the Muslim army to go to sleep at night. Then on his own, Khalid bin Walid on his own would mount on his horse and go over to the Romans, go over to the enemy on his own. What are they doing? What are they planning? So the Muslims used to trip it. They used to say, Khalid, what's wrong with you? You're the Amir, you're going on your own. I mean, at the very least, take some men with you. Maybe something happens to you, you're killed, something happens. Look at the way he thought. He says, didn't you hear the Prophet of Allah say, didn't you hear him say, he says the difference between the one that remembers Allah and the one that doesn't is like the living and the dead. He said, what can 60,000 dead do to one man that's living?
Khalid ibn al-Walid ibn al-Mughira radiallahu anhuma, he was a great man, he was a warrior. He died on his bed, even though there was no spot on his body, there was not an inch on his body that didn't have marks of daggers and spears and swords to prove that he was a warrior. He says, فَلَا نَامَتْ أَعْيُنُ الْجُبَنَا. All of those cowards out there who think that I'm not going to stand for a cause because I might die, let them know I fought in every battle and I didn't die. Here I am dying on my bed, a death that is not even on the battlefield. Subhanallah. They say, and just a point of interest, Khalid ibn al-Walid radiyallahu anhuma, he was known as Sayfullah, the sword of Allah. If he had died in a battlefield, the enemy would be able to say we broke the sword of Allah. So part of the wisdom of it is he did not die in the battlefield, he died on his bed. Nobody could ever say we broke the sword of Allah. That's an interesting point, an interesting factor that some of the scholars have made mention of.